How we doing, everybody? This is Let's Be Real with Brad, and today I'm reviewing my favorite movie of all time, Terminator 2. 2 is a sequel to the 1984 Terminator that was directed by James Cameron. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Linda Hamilton reprised their roles as the T-800 and Sarah Connor, respectively. Robert Patrick also stars in the film, playing the T-1000. This is one of the best sequels of all time, with the likes of Toy Story 2, The Godfather Part 2, The Two Towers, and The Dark Knight. It had everything a Terminator fan could want. More complex story, new villain, more heroes, and a ton of action. It was the highest grossing film of 1991 with an inflation of $987 million. At the time, it was the highest grossing R-rated film of all time. It was nominated for 6 Academy Awards and winning 4, including Best Makeup, Best Sound Effects Editing, Best Visual Effect. They even made a ton of video games, comic books, and even a Universal Park attraction that was directed by James Cameron. The story is great. You have a Terminator that's more advanced, highly intelligent, is basically made of liquid metal, is coming after John Connor after the original Terminator couldn't get the job done of killing Sarah Connor. Other Terminator prototype from the first film is coming back in this film to project John Connor. Sarah Connor is now in a mental hospital, and now they have to break her out, and now the whole movie just becomes more complex as they're trying to stop Judgment Day while also trying to destroy this insane, unstoppable T-1000. The action in this film is even better than the first one. James Cameron was handed a massive budget in this one with an inflation money of $193 million compared to $15.9 from the first film. Most of the action is with practical effects, but the use of CGI in so many elements of this film is what makes this film so great. It holds the test of time, because if you look at some of these images right here, they do look a little bit outdated, but for that time, it was marvelous. No one was doing anything like this. And that's the same thing that I said about the first Terminator. James Cameron is a revolutionary director. And every one of his films, he's always pushing the boundaries, always trying to make the most revolutionary movie possible. Even if his movies are really, really great and not masterpieces, but to the world of cinema, they are extremely important. Extremely exciting as you're watching all these car chase sequences. The hand-to-hand combat sequences are absolutely awesome. All the gunshots and everything looks extremely real. Suspense is drilled into the back of your spine and always keeping you immersed into the film. This cast is outlandish. You have Arnold and Linda coming back, and they are awesome as well. They make this franchise, as Terminator Dark Fate really tried to bring them back, because they knew that was the only way they were going to bring audiences back to the theater for another Terminator film. Edward Furlong stars as John Connor. He's still the best John Connor we've had today, because these other John Connors, they weren't as cool as this kid. He was rebellious, fun, and mischievous. And he did such a great job of playing this young kid and having this father figure of the Terminator be his guard and protector. And it was such a nice dynamic that they had in the film. The crazy behind the scenes that I never knew is that Edward Furlong never had a father figure going on in his life. So him and Arnold on set had that same relationship that they have in the movie. So when you see this film, there's a genuine love and genuine care that these two actors have for each other throughout the film. So some of it just feels so genuine, and that creates such an amazing chemistry. Robert Patrick does also an awesome job with barely having any lines, but most of the body performance is really, really great. He's sinister, he's maniacal, he's evil, and he's able to sell all that off in such an incredible, interesting way. Visual effects is what brings this movie all together. If you look back at this film was known for its groundbreaking CGI, especially with the T-1000, when he had this liquid metal body that can go through jail bars. He had these long sword arms that could just kill people instantly, transform into other people. He was just the most evil villain that you could have came up with. You take all the dreamlike sequences from Sarah Connor with all the buildings being destroyed of the future of Judgment Day. That was all practical effects. It looks so cool. And you look at it, you're like, man, this looks really, really good. But they use a different technology with creating all these different set pieces, a bunch of toy cars and toy buildings, and then they smashed it with all of the camera hovering over it. It looks so real that you wouldn't even notice because of the great production design. Directed by James Cameron is, again, fantastic. All the wide shots, you are able to see everything that's going on every time throughout the film. All the action looks extremely well shot, well put together. You can see everything that's going on. So many shots are so cemented into my brain when I think about this film. As I was saying before, the production design looks awesome. All the buildings, all the set pieces look great. When they're in the mental hospital, looks extremely real. When they're in Cyberdyne trying to get all the information out of Skynet, looks fantastic. Even when they're going to the steel mill it looks so great. We have the fire going everywhere, and it's nice and dark, and it looks like they're in a real place. That's how much attention to detail that they put into this film. This film had 171 days of filming, so you can tell they had so many different locations and so many props and production to put all together to make it look so real as it is. The cinematography looks absolutely gorgeous. The blue color palette that's used in many of the scenes, especially the action scenes, looks absolutely great. It was nominated for Best Cinematography, but lost to JFK, so you know, you can't win them all, right? The score sounds more layered, especially with the main theme, feel more bombastic and adding so much that this theme definitely does sound better than the first one. Adds to so many of the action scenes, especially many of the emotional dramatic scenes as well. The ending in this film wouldn't be as powerful and emotional as it is without the score layering in the background, feeling everything that's going on within the film. The sound design is awesome with tons of loud gunshots, explosions, hand-to-hand combat, and especially in the future with all the Terminators on Judgment Day. Loud, epic laser guns blasting through the air, their tanks are coming through, destroying the ground. You can feel the rumble, you can feel everything that is coming together, and the resistance doesn't know what to do. The best parts of the film, like I said, are the Terminator and John Connor. They feel genuine and they feel real, and you just love that dynamic in there. I love what they did with Sarah Connor's character. They made her so realistic as her character transcended into this one, and now she's just this crazy psycho killer that wants to get out and save her son and realize that survival is the only thing that they can get out of the situation. Overall, I absolutely adore this film. This film is one of my favorites for so many reasons. It is a top 3 action film of all time. There's so much passion and detail to everything that's going on. If you read some of the trivia facts in IMDb, you'll see so many great little things that they were doing throughout the film that I don't know how they were able to do it. You can take a great story, you can take great characters, great action, great visual effects, and be so memorable, and there's a reason why it was such a groundbreaking film. The issue with the other Terminator films like Rise of the Machines, Salvation, Genesis, and even Dark Fate is that they all try to copy Terminator 2 in such a way what they can't copy what they had. The biggest reason for this is they don't understand the characters. They don't understand what made them so great and what made the story so good. It's to the point, and it always feels fleshed out with even a longer runtime than the first film. I'm giving this film a 10 out of 10. Absolute masterpiece. Let me know, what are some of your favorite action movies of all time, or even science fiction movies? I would love to know. Comment down below so we can have a great talk. Please like and share the video. Please subscribe. It really helps out the channel. I really appreciate everyone who's watched and subscribed to my channel. As always, I hope to see you guys next time.